Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to our Jedi Sage adventures. Now, last time we just arrived on Alderaan, and we spoke to a number of different houses, actually, House Organa and House Taral. And House Taral has a little bit of a problem with House Olgo. House. Yes, apparently Dr. House is going to turn up soon as well. Anyway, we are now here at Astar Vox's war camp, and we're going to do a little bit of negotiating. I don't know whether that means killing him or not. Oh, okay, apparently... Oh, he's a gangster. Well, this is going to turn out great, isn't it? He's probably going to attack us immediately, or something.
I've come representing House Terrell. They want you to give up this siege and join them.
Well, isn't this a surprise? The Jedi have decided to involve themselves in Alderaanian politics. You must be pretty sure of yourself to walk into a room of highly trained commandos. But you should know that I don't do business with just anyone.
I am a Jedi. My word is good, as is House Terrell's.
I'm sure it is, but that's not my concern. The battlefield is the only true test of a person's worth. War, bloodshed, these are the fires and forges of greatness. I only negotiate with my equals. Besides, my men are itching for sport. Best a pack of my warhounds, and we'll talk.
I don't have time to waste.
Oh, well, there we... that was kind of simple, wasn't it? That was actually a lot more simple than I anticipated, but, well, it's fine, because now we have a little bit of sport for ourselves, and in the form of Olgo champions, but they have fallen relatively easy to us, but I suppose that is to be expected. And apparently Theron is having a little bit of a problem with being blinded. Oh, well, yeah, I suppose he could use a little bit of humbling, couldn't he?
Jedi, thank goodness I've reached you. There's good news and bad news. The good news is everyone's heard how you killed Astar Vox and broke the siege, including Organa. They've agreed to the marriage alliance. Now the bad news. Lu Organa has been kidnapped.
I fail to see why this is important.
Are you kidding? Lu Organa is vital to the whole alliance. This is clearly Ulgo's doing. The kidnappers were from their ally, House Rist. An Organa-Taral alliance would be disastrous to Ulgo. They must have ordered Rist to kidnap Lu Organa to stop the alliance.
So let's get an army together and attack Ulgo.
No, we can't do that. The entire peace summit will collapse, and with it, our hopes for an alliance. But if you're able to rescue Lu Organa on House Taral's behalf, we can still prevent a battle and secure our alliance.
Those assassins will be no match for a Jedi.
Use caution, Jedi. Rist's assassins are uncanny, and you'll be going right into their nest. Be careful, but hurry. We need to beat the Organa attack, or everything falls apart.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm not particularly liking Theron right now, and, you know, that's the thing. I like his archetype, I like that he's a ranged character and everything, but I am kind of finding it a bit annoying to be attempting to gain approval with him when all he's doing is disapproving with basically every single decision I make, which is kind of bad, obviously, because I would like him to be at least a little bit effective in combat, and him disagreeing with everything is certainly not helping, because that doesn't give him any relation or anything like that, so it's kind of a bit counterintuitive. But that's the thing, I don't want to base my decisions on him being appeased, so I am in a bit of a quandary there, which is a little bit worrying and kind of a bit, as I say, disappointing and things, but maybe our next few companions that we gain will be a little bit more agreeable with some of my choices. And the funny thing is, I can't really pin down what Theron actually likes. I mean, yes, I know he doesn't like the Force, and he doesn't like all that mysticism and stuff like that. He doesn't like being selfless or anything, unless it's to do with a woman, but I find it a bit weird that every single option seems to make him disapprove. And I think that's probably a sort of a bad thing about the conversation system. They don't seem to allow you to have as much detail in each of the options. So when they give you a one-word description of that particular option, they don't say Jedi stuff. You know, so if it's a Jedi saying, oh, no, there'll be no match for a Jedi. Yes, and if they're no match for a Jedi, oh, that's a bad thing, because I'm talking about Jedi, and that means Theron hates it, obviously. Well, as we were traveling around a little bit, I gained some exploration experience, and you know what that means? That means I've leveled up, because I was that close to level 30, so thankfully we seem to have a proficiency point. Yes, we do, a combat proficiency point, so I'm going to be speccing into that just now. And what do we have here? Okay, so took a little bit of a look at this beforehand, and I think that Confound is actually pretty decent if you are going to be using Weaken Mind a lot. I personally do not use it that much, which is kind of a shame in itself, because I think it's actually pretty good. Also, reduces the damage taken by all periodic effects. I don't know when, you don't really need that so much, but I feel like this is probably going to be most useful. Your Force Armor reverberates with Force Energy, blasting attackers 409 energy damage when it absorbs direct damage to you. Now, this is basically on me every single time I start combat, and usually I will pick passive skills determined by the amount of times I actually use an ability. So, Force Armor is actually basically number one apart from my damage skills, and obviously the heal, but there isn't anything to do with heal here as far as I'm aware, so I'm just going to be committing that. There we go, and yeah, that will be great. So we'll be doing a little bit of extra damage, and it will mean that they'll pay for actually dealing damage to us, which is always nice. So let's see, yeah, that's actually pretty good. 109 energy damage, that's actually kind of nice, because then it's just like, oh, you want to attack me? Oh, you're going to kill yourself in the process, you know, that kind of thing. That's kind of nice. So yeah, I'm going to have to, oh my, this is going to be, yes, I'm going to have to go all that way, but that's fine. That's actually fine, because we have Forcequake, and Forcequake is fantastic against standard and weak units, because it has a 30% chance to stun them all the time. Ah, well, after a couple more fights, we have now reached the phase, and I think this is actually going to be pretty easy, because I thought it was going to be a lot longer, but apparently indicating the phase entry, it seems not. So these are going to be very easy to kill. Obviously, I do want to complete the bonus mission. I would very much like to do that. So I think I'm going to head back here and actually kill these kidnappers, because you never know. Maybe there's going to be one that I'm missing. Oh, never mind. There we go. Theron actually killed something back here. That's fantastic. And it seems like, oh, okay. Really? Really? We actually have one extra over here? Okay, well, if you decide to... Okay, never mind. Theron apparently is very, very proficient with his blaster. Hello, Holiday. She's just dancing around there, hilariously enough. And is he still killing things? Yes, apparently he is. Come on, then. Hurry up, Theron. Thank you very much. Okay, so it appears we may have to deal with this jail keeper. Do I want to deal with that? Not really. I will deal with these guys, however. This is going to be very easy. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's what we like. Very nice. And yeah, look at that. Very, very quick indeed. And so is there anyone around here that I can maybe speak to? Or maybe I have to kill this? Probably have to kill these, don't I? Or something. Or do I? Because this is actually... Oh, it's a very, very big area, so I just have to find his cell, I assume, and this is probably not the way. Ah, there we have it. Okay, so I actually had to clear every single wing apart from this one, because obviously I went the wrong way many, many times. So we now have to defeat a Wrist Overseer, which is going to be a bit of a difficulty, because obviously I'm not full HP just yet, but I think it should be fine. So what are we going to start with here? I think I'll probably just start with the Forcequake, just so we can get some instant casts going. Hopefully I'll be able to get both of them. Yeah, there we go. Both instant casts, and then we can go for a nice Turbulence as well. I need to put on a shield again. And maybe heal myself some more. There we are. Yeah, that's what we like to see. There we go. And what's wonderful about that is that Theron can also take a little bit of the damage, because he's got a lot of damage himself, so he brings a lot of aggro to him, which is always good.
Jedi! Oh, thank goodness. I thought they were going to kill me. SWTOR sent you, didn't they? They called about an alliance. I was riding to meet them and... Well, thank goodness you're here.
Do you know what reason Wrist had for kidnapping you?
No idea. Maybe something to do with the alliance? I was going to meet with SWTOR to discuss the marriage alliance, when these assassins swooped in and knocked me off my Thranta. I woke up here. But were they trying to prevent the alliance? Who would want to do that?
Ulgo has the most to lose if SWTOR becomes powerful again.
Well, yes, but that's what's strange. They never mentioned Ulgo. As I lost consciousness, they were talking about Master Sidoni. But how could she be involved? It has to be a frame job. It must be.
I believe Master Sidoni is very ill, but if I can get to the summit, I hope to help her.
I just want to trust Master Sidoni. I'm sorry. My head. I still get these pains from the fall. I can't leave here until I know if Master Sidoni was involved. The kidnappers used to go into the other room to contact their employer. I'm sure we'll find a comm device there. We just need to see who they've been calling.
Oh, okay. Apparently you're coming with me then. Oh, well, that's a little bit weird. Oh, the Force is in balance. Oh, it's the first time I've actually seen that. Alright. Okay, oh, now I'm being attacked and ambushed. Of course I am. Isn't that the only way that House Rist knows how to do things? We know them, don't we? Yes, we've had dealings with them before. Okay, so are you gonna... yeah, you're just gonna take a long time to walk anywhere, aren't you? Okay, well, at least I've cleared the other room, but... yeah, in many respects, that would actually be a good thing. But obviously now I'm being ambushed from every which way. Oh, well, that was easy enough. Okay, I thought it was going to be a little bit more difficult than that, but there was only a couple more enemies to fight. But anyway, let's secure a connection.
I told you, I can't. Oh, Jedi, I appreciate your desire to help, and I will be sure to praise your zeal to Master Yuan. But I am extremely busy right now. I can't afford interruptions.
You hired the assassins who kidnapped Lou Organa. Why?
I would be careful about making such outrageous accusations against a Jedi Master. Now, if you'll excuse me, Jedi, I have very important work to do.
Wait, Master Sidoni! I don't understand. What was her frequency doing here?
I assure you, Master Sidoni's not herself.
Should she be leading the summit, then? She could do something terrible. Please, I need to get out of this place. My head is killing me, and I keep looking over my shoulder expecting more assassins. I'll see that the Organa-Toral alliance is finalized, and that you get to the summit.
Ah, thank you very much. Okay, that will be very, very helpful indeed. I wish I would not have to do all of this busy work. I would very much like to just, you know, go and see Master Sidoni so that we can ascertain whether she needs help or not. She obviously does. Alright, well, we're back with House Toral, and I suppose we'll just speak to the Lord here.
Welcome back, Jedi. I owe you thanks. We haven't stood this proud since our house was young and building its first alliance with House Pantir. Thank you, Jedi.
Just make me your delegate already.
It's already been taken care of. Lou Organa and my daughter Fasha are getting acquainted as we speak. I spoke with the rest of House Toral, and the decision was unanimous. You are our new delegate. Congratulations.
Goodness knows, I've wasted enough valuable time getting to this point.
I know it's been a hardship, but House Toral is truly grateful. I have the packet the last delegate was supposed to use, but I don't understand its contents. Some coordinates and a data spike. It appears that you need to go to those coordinates and do something with the data spike?
We'll soon find out, won't we?
Just one moment, Jedi, if I may. We would like to ask one last thing. There will never be peace for House Toral as long as House Ulgo exists. If you're able to use your influence as a Jedi to convince the summit to strip House Ulgo, ensure they never hold a title again, we'd show our gratitude.
I don't want to do anything that will destabilize the peace.
Please, Jedi. House Toral has security now, but we still require justice. Good luck at the summit. I hope you find Master Sidoni well, and that all goes smoothly.
Ah, so he wants us to do his dirty work, more than we've already done, of course. Okay, well, yes, that seems to be his agenda, but I don't blame him, I suppose, because that is what he's expected to do, I suppose. Well, this would have been a lot easier if I had taken a speeder, or technically a Thrantor, on Alderaan over to that base there. That is very, very annoying, isn't it? I just literally ran through the entirety of the, well, countryside, I guess, and that did not really help at all, because it took me a lot longer than it would have. But yeah, it kind of pays off to use your brain every once in a while. Okay, so let's go to the Sendoth Ruins. Alright, well, we have now arrived at the summit, I think.
Manchi doti puna puna, kabuk nuni snemo.
If I can't go past you, I'll have to go through you.
Wonki atacha kapatonka. Jisa picha.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. I thought to myself, maybe we'll just get one of those insta-kill things, and then the other guards will be like, "Oh no, we can't fight a Jedi," you know, that kind of thing. That would have been actually kind of cool, but you know, I'll be fine with this. I'm fine with that. Okay, so let us see here. Deactivate it, and now we have to find Master Sidoni, who is, of course, up here, and we cannot use our mount. Why can we not use our mount? It's outside, but obviously there's a weird thing with Star Wars The Old Republic where flashpoints and indeed phases do not allow mounts, because technically, in game terms, they are inside, quote-unquote. So you can't use a mount inside, can you? Which is also kind of strange, but okay. Never mind, let's interrupt the negotiations, shall we? Make a spectacular entrance.
So here it is, laid bare before you. The irrefutable evidence. House Ald has been conspiring against House Organa for years, preying on their good trust. House Thule is the reason the Pantir heir was assassinated. And House Ulgo is merely a puppet of House Rist.
Lies! All lies!
There are holographic recordings, documents. You can't argue with hard evidence.
We trusted you. How dare you? You will meet our armies on the field of battle.
You started the party without me.
Just keep quiet, Jedi. I do this for the good of the galaxy.
On behalf of the Jedi Council, I order you to speak the truth to these people.
The Jedi Council doesn't live as I do, immersed in strategy, in variables, and outcomes. I have calculated the future, and for the galaxy to have peace, there must be war on Alderaan. I will not be shaken from this course.
Let's not let this fall to violence.
No, this is it. The perfect, pure strategy.
You're a fouler liar than House Rist.
House Rist takes exception to that characterization. Murderer.
That was 30 years ago.
We had an alliance.
House Organa has heard enough. It's clear to us that there can be no other course but war.
If you go to war now, the deceptions and murders will never end. It's best to put an end to the fighting now.
Listen, everyone. If we go to war now, the deceptions and murders will never end.
We need to put an end to the fighting now.
You're right. It'll never end.
We can't go to war now.
Thank you, Jedi. You've shown us our error.
What have you done?
I just realigned their thinking on a more positive track.
And in doing so, you ruined everything! The darkness is coming, Jedi. War must rage on Alderaan for 50 years, and only then can we put an end to the darkness. But you haven't won yet. Once you're out of the way, I'll make them see.
Oh, okay. Apparently we need to defeat her anyway. Okay, so, yeah, I just want to say that I personally feel like I made a little bit of a mistake on Tatooine by not killing Master Heese. And I know that that's a little bit weird for me to say right now because, well, it's kind of in the past, but I personally feel like he was also kind of disappointed about being allowed to live. And he is a pretty old guy, and he's obviously, you know, lived his life, and maybe he's just tired of it because he's, you know, had Lord Vivicar in his head. Maybe it's made him realize a couple of things, and obviously, as I said, he has a guilty conscience and things like that from Parkanis actually doing something and saving his life. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a shame. I really actually wish I could have changed that, but obviously, that's not the way that this game works.
No, I won't fail. Not again. I'm so sorry, Parkanis. I failed you. I tried to keep the darkness from coming, but I failed.
I don't have time for this, Sidoni.
No, you don't understand. Listen to me, please. It's my fault Parkanis died. Malachor III. I miscalculated. He had to be left behind. He died because of me. Vivicar! My head! Please, I can't block out his voice any longer. You must kill me to silence him.
Do you know who Lord Vivicar is? Or where he is?
I don't know. I can't see into his head, but he can see into mine. Please, Jedi, you have to free me. You have to kill me.
It's not time for you to die.
Jedi. What? How did you... I don't understand. My mind is clear again. And you're... weak. Will you be all right? What did you do?
It was that or death, so I expect some gratitude.
Of course, Jedi. I am extremely grateful. For a while, I thought I was able to block Lord Vivicar's voice from my mind. If you hadn't been there with your calm sense, I don't know what would have happened.
Master Seal will be wondering how you are.
I will contact the Jedi Council. I'm sure they'll want a full explanation.
I think I can safely speak for all present when I say that the Summit applauds your efforts.
Indeed. But I have to say, Jedi, I'm at a loss as to how to proceed from here.
House Ulgo is the true root of all of Alderaan's problems. I move that they lose their land and titles and go into exile.
What? This is an outrage. House Ulgo are kings by right. You are usurpers! Murderers!
Order! Order! There has been a motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No! We won't stand for this. You will have to take our lands by force.
The Summit has spoken. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you again, Jedi.
Yeah, I thought I'd just be a little bit naughty there by sowing a few seeds of discontent. The other option I was going to take was not actually the light side option. I thought to myself, I don't know and I don't care. That was actually kind of a cool one. Maybe I should have taken that. I think that probably would have been a little bit more interesting. Usually the dark side and light side options are not interesting in the least, which is actually kind of a bit weird, because you would think that they would be, but I personally feel like the neutral options are usually the best way to go if you want some intrigue. But as it stands, we'll return to our hangar next time. Oh, our hangar. Does that mean we're going to be attacked or something? Maybe. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.